is the North End. This is the North End.
Folks, welcome back to the North End YouTube channel. This is Dave, and this is 5 things from Manchester United's 1-0 loss at home to Crystal Palace, coming in at number 1, Toothless Attack. This goes back quite a while. If you remember the last 10 regular season or Premier League games of last year, United couldn't score goals. United still cannot score goals. United were very heavily reliant on Marcus Rashford last season. We've brought in Højlund. We've got Garnacho on the left, Pellistri on the right. Garnacho, very promising. I still think there's a player in Pellistri. They're young. They're not there yet. Neither is Højlund. Højlund was a purchase, yes, for now, but for the future. So I know a lot of the weight is on Marcus, and he's not playing well. He's not. He had a poor game. It's not just the attackers, but the bottom line is we do get the ball to the final third, and we do not convert our chances. There's a lot of issues with this team right now. At the end of the day, this is number 1. We cannot score. It is a problem. We saw it again in this game, and it's decision making. This week, you have to say, Marcus made some bad choices. He hasn't started the season well, but this isn't all on him. And I don't like the narrative that's being created that this is a Marcus issue. Marcus isn't playing well, but as a team, we cannot score. And it's a problem. It is a huge, huge issue. Other issues to follow. Coming in at number 2, yes, goal scoring is our biggest problem, but I would say for me personally, our pace of play and our athleticism and the way that we move and our build-up is stale, and it is for me, it's the most concerning. At the end of the day, not converting is everything. We can't score. We can't win games without scoring. We move the ball around so slowly. We progress the ball so poorly. How do you notice this? Watch when Amrabat gets the ball. He moves it forward. Watch when the rest of our players get it. Whether it be the only 2 players that progress the ball well in this team right now are Amrabat and Onana. What does that tell you? Everything about United on the ball in defense and midfield is slow. What does this allow for? It allows teams like Crystal Palace to set up in a low block. And what does that do? It makes it extremely difficult to penetrate when you get to the final third. It's not easy. The best teams in the world, Manchester City, Real Madrid, it's the hardest thing to do is penetrate a low block, especially at home. And when you move the ball as slowly as we do, it's a massive issue, and it makes it more difficult for the attackers to create and score. I mean, you're held to the outside. It's hard. This needs to change. We need to be moving the ball quicker. It's a problem. And this leads me to number 3. For me, in this top 5, United versus Crystal Palace, number 3 is the biggest. Shake it up with the squad members. On the ball, you don't get much better than Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro. Their decision-making football IQ is great. You know what they don't do? They don't move. We have a huge mobility issue. Going back to pace of play, not Bruno Fernandes, Mason Mount, off the ball, fantastic work rate. Off the ball is just as important, if not more important, than being on the ball. Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro off the ball, they can't run. They can't get in a position. They take forever when they're on the ball. Shake it up. Get Mason Mount, Amrabat, Kobe Mainoo's coming back. I want to see Hannibal Mejbri playing. I do. I think with Bruno and with Casemiro in there, we will just get passed by. The pace of play will be slow. we need to see some shakeups in the starting lineup, and it's going to be bold. It has to be bold because this isn't working. It's not. It's not. Off the ball, our work rate, our levels, they're low. And play the kids. If there's players that are going to go in and do the work off the ball and put in a shift on the ball, shake it up. I'm sorry. I can't defend the Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro. I know the phenomenal players. But if you can't do the work off the ball and the work rate isn't there, why are you playing? It's a problem. Coming in at number 4 has to be said. The injuries are like, we're playing Amrabat at left back. Luke Shaw is injured. Molassie is injured. So we go out and we get Reguilon. He's injured. Now we're playing our new defensive midfielder who looks great. He's a really bright paw. Worried about his pace. He's not the quickest, but his decision making, and again, I'm repeating myself now, but his work rate and his effort, phenomenal. He's playing at left back. Delo played well. I mean, Aaron Wan-Bissaka's injured. Kobe Manu, I know he's a young man, but we need him in this team. I mean, you got the whole situation with the forwards. Maybe not Anthony, Sancho. But injuries are piling up. We're starting to see some players come back, but it's been problematic. You can't deny it. It's been an issue. Hopefully, we start to see more players coming back, but it's tough. It's tough, and we're dealing with it. And we've seen it before in seasons past. Liverpool hammered with injuries. It happens, and that's why you need a deep squad. But hopefully, some of these players are coming. It was really nice to see Mason Mount back. I thought he played excellent. He's what we need right now. He just doesn't stop running. He's good on the ball, brings the intensity level up. Amrabat, same thing. Just really concerned about the players that are not putting in a required shift. And it's not that they don't want to. They can't. Casemiro's not capable of moving like this anymore. And maybe he never was. You need to build the right players around him. Bruno, just an absolute. When he doesn't have the ball, when he's not in the final third creating, just a disaster. And just the Bruno and Casemiro, and I know I'm going back and forth. Giveaway. It's not going to work. Finally, coming in at number 5, Erik ten Hag, the manager. He's on the hot seat. Whether you like it or not, he's on the hot seat. We're starting 34 years, playing very poorly. The best game we played this season was against Crystal Palace in the Cup, and some major players didn't start. And I think these are the moments that can define your career as a manager here at Manchester United. You've got to be bold. And I would say more than anything, make bold decisions with your selections. See who's putting in the shifts in training. See who's going to play the style of play that is required to get this team on track. Get the ball moving quicker from the back. Speed things up in midfield. Get the ball to our attackers. Give them a chance to run at these defenders before they can set up in a low block. I think it might come down to some... For me, it's got to come down to some major shakeups. I think it's going to involve... Pardon me, I think it's going to involve Bruno, and I think it's going to involve Casemiro. We need to change the style. When Ten Hag came to United, he said he wants to be a pressing machine. There's players in this starting lineup right now, your nailed down starters, including your captain, that are not capable of being pressing machines. Things need to change, and they need to change now, and that involves bold decision making. Let's see what happens. Guys, what do you think? What's going on here at United? Should have said it a while ago. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Very important for us. I want to hear from you. Well, what the hell is going on at United? Where do they go from here? What changes? I don't know. Tough to watch. Yeah. We appreciate it. I don't know. We'll see what happens from here. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.
This is the North End. This is the North End.